All right, we're back. We're in Marvel, Miss Marvel. We're not in Ms. Marvel. We're in episode 4 of Ms. Marvel. Seeing Red is the episode title. And just right out of the gate, I thought this was extremely boring, this episode. I was not a fan of this episode. Even like the family stuff was, I'll say it's still okay, but it isn't the shining like tour de force that it has been up until this point. Even it's just kind of there.
Yeah, the fact that we're, now in another country and stuff, like it's just like the drama that we were dealing with before is kind of out the window also.
Yeah, because like we don't even have the full family. I guess like there's some good stuff with the grandmother and the mother, like that dynamic. That's kind of cool to see. I like that. The thing with like the toffee tins or whatever, and I don't know, just making the mother maybe like chill out a little bit. There's that whole thing of like Kamala is not a standard Pakistani name or whatever, but your mother always was a rebel, and like just I don't know, we're getting some good like mother personal things going on here, which is great. But the big thing here is that we get introduced. I don't remember if they even talked about them before here, but the Red Daggers are now like fully a thing in the MCU. I guess like just out of nowhere she gets attacked by Kareem or whatever. And that fight lasts for about half a minute, and then they're best buds. And it's real weird. It's the problem of when you have a lot of ground you have to cover for an expositional reason, and you have a 30-minute like time span to do it in your hour TV show is the thing.
Yeah. I mean, all the plot exposition in this felt so perfunctory and like
tacked in.
Just like it's here and we don't care about it and we're moving on.
It's literally like attack, some cool like stuff going on. Again, I still hate her fucking powers. So when I say cool, I mean cool visually, but like I fucking hate that she's doing this shit. The fight happens, and then he's like, oh, maybe you're not with whatever her name is. Let's go get an exposition dump from my uncle or whatever.
And he's got like 3 CGI maps to show you. Like one right after the other, and then we're gonna never come back to this again.
Yes.
And also it's basically stuff we already know. Like it's not that.
Yeah, but she has to know it, I guess. So sure. I was gonna ask you, how much do you know about Red Dagger shit from comics?
Well, that character's just was introduced into like it's a Miss Marvel thing.
Is this like after the stint you read?
Yeah, it's a little later than what I read, so I don't have firsthand knowledge. Like she shows up in like issue 12, I think, of Miss Marvel.
Gotcha.
But I think it's just that character. It's not like they're not like he has a legacy to it, but
he is the Red Dagger or whatever.
Yes.
Like that's his
and then he like
hero name, whatever.
And he like whatever.
Yeah.
He, like again, I think he's just like a supporting character for Kamala, basically.
So in this, maybe like, did I misread this? Did he say he's with the Red Daggers? Is that like what they're doing? Is that they're taking his character and making it kind of like Shadow Corp, essentially? Or maybe I just like misheard or something.
That's what he says.
Okay, that's what I figured, and I was a little confused because I'm like, well, I've heard of Red Dagger, but I haven't heard of the Red Daggers. So, okay, sure. Again, I know so little about it in general that like anything they tell me here could or could not be from the comics, and I just kind of wouldn't know more than like I've heard this name before, essentially.
Sure.
And yeah, I don't know. He sure has daggers. There's a absolutely fucking god awful chase scene that I just wish wasn't there. I would have preferred maybe like a less clumsy exposition dump in lieu of just this terrible chase scene of her jumping into a car for 5 seconds only to jump out of it. I don't know. I didn't like this episode. Like, I'm sorry I'm a downer, but I really wasn't a fan of this episode.
Yeah, I mean, me either. I'm not. I got nothing for you.
Okay, that's what I figured. I'm trying to think if there was anything specific to call out here. I watched it like a day ago, so it's not as fresh in my mind, but it's not like it just, I feel like everything about it is so unimportant. First of all, it's cool that they're in Karachi, and the city stuff I thought was kind of fun. Her like sweating her balls off like while chatting with the cousins or whatever, while everybody else is like looking normal and just like eating the food and not being able to like handle it, just like real fish out of water stuff. I thought that was nice. I like that sort of thing. I kind of just like the shots of the city and them kind of going around in it. I like all the Pakistani stuff. I really, really like the grandmother, and there was a whole scene of like when she first gets there, she has all these like beautiful drawings and paintings or whatever, and saying how like they took so much during partition that like I found the best way to keep this stuff is to create it or recreate it or whatever. It's just like really, really good baseline human stuff going on. Yeah. And again, anytime they put in, oh, this is a Marvel thing, I fucking could not care less. Really.
Yeah.
Which
or
is
anytime there's action. Like the action is all bad, basically.
They are definitely doing the, see, her arm goes big, guys. Her fist goes big, guys, like multiple times during the fight with Red Dagger. It looks bad every time. I don't know if that's necessarily, well, the CG in this looks bad, or if it looks bad because it's the hard light or whatever version of it, or what's going on, but I think it looks terrible. And then, of course, it's compounded by the fact that she's also shitty Green Lantern. I still think it's funny that anytime she's referred to as shitty Green Lantern by David in the Discord, I just reply with Green Lantern is shitty Green Lantern.
It's true.
Yeah, just because, you know, just a jab for no reason. But he's right. She is shitty Green Lantern. She just like makes little platforms and then nothing comes of it. I don't know. I'm so not a fan of what they're doing with her right now. It kind of ends in a way that I think might be interesting, but that's kind of how they're supposed to, and how they have been doing things, is that they want to keep you intrigued for the next one. So they end on kind of like a cliffhanger thing of her like traveling back in time or something. And like,
that's something.
I want to, I don't know. I want to see it. I want to see why.
Yeah, no, totally. Like, I'm intrigued by the end of this episode because like, get me as far away from these villains that have been chasing her as fucking possible. They're so boring.
The guy with the belt came back out, and I just laughed the minute I saw him like holding the belt in his hand. Then he just gets like smoked by a truck or something. But yeah,
did he get stabbed?
Oh, maybe
by
he got
daggers.
Stabbed. So there have definitely been people getting murked in this episode. That is a thing.
It's like, I think Kareem kills one of the other guys. Just like,
yeah. One of them definitely throws a bunch of daggers into a dude's chest and he keels over dead. So yes, there's definitely somebody dies. And the fact that these super villains are just dudes that can die from a knife to the chest thrown by a guy from like 1,000 miles away is hilarious.
Yeah. I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if they like get better from being stabbed to death though, but
sure.
I don't know.
We didn't see them beheaded, so
Mm-hmm.
What would you do if next episode you just see like Red Dagger standing over a headless corpse and it just does a slow pan up with like blood dripping and he's just like holding somebody's head in his hand like a fucking jack-o'-lantern?
I'd be a little bit happier inside.
Yeah, at least something happens.
Yeah.
So yeah. I guess like the exposition we get here too, Clandestine is trying to merge their worlds or whatever, and of course, why doesn't our existence ever overtake another? Why is it always ours that is the just like bitch? Why are we always the bitch? It's always another reality is going to take over ours and there'll be nothing left. Yeah. Yo, bitch, what if we collide realities and ours takes over their shitty reality where all they have are purple plants everywhere?
It's because ours is the default, so they're trying to add flavor to it.
It's infuriating.
We're just normal.
Yeah, it's absolutely infuriating. Why can't we be the Thanos for once? Like, why can't we be the ones that ruin well, I shouldn't say that as a white person. I've definitely been part of the side that ruined a lot of things in history, so I mean, not me, but you know.
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah. I think I'd try to find his name. Aramis Knight or whatever, the guy who plays Kareem. I thought he's pretty fun. Like, he's okay. There's some weird quipping when they're fighting about, like, Donkey Kong or some shit. And it's like, yeah, this is cringy writing, but they have chemistry together. Like, they're pretty good together. So, that's fun. Yeah.
It's funny to me how, like, the other guy... I can't remember his name now.
I can't either. He's just thrown to the side. He like saves them.
He's such a little
yeah.
No.
Oh. Bruno? The white one? The white kid? Or the other one?
No. Kamran.
Yes. Yeah.
Kamran is such a little bitch at this point. Like, he's so pathetic. They're like escaping prison and they're like, no, leave him. And they just like walk up some stairs.
Yeah.
And he's like, I guess I can't walk up those stairs after.
Just like a kicked puppy or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude,
it's just like so
he sucks. Yeah.
It's so funny because like he was like introduced as like the cool guy that Kamal had a crush on, and now he's just like fucking useless.
Yeah.
I don't know. He's like a sad kicked puppy is like apt. Yeah.
Yeah. It's so stupid.
And there's like and now Kamal is hanging out with a new boy. Like, it's just funny to me.
So he's gonna be around, right? Red Dagger. I'm guessing like he's kind of introduced. I guess the thing is I don't know if they're gonna kill him off. And does he make a movie? That's kind of where I'm getting at. Or do you think he's just? I
don't think he
show?
Makes a movie.
Okay, sure.
Because he's not a big character. He's in like 10 comic books total or something. He's not like a huge character, but
sure.
Like he does like start going to Kamala's school. I think he transfers to New Jersey or whatever.
Okay, so he'll probably
comics, but yeah.
He'll probably be like around or whatever, maybe cameo appearances, but he's not going to be an Avenger or any dumb shit like that.
Yeah, no.
Sure.
He's a guy who throws some knives. Like,
yeah, that's true. That's true. He is that. Was there anything else you had? I don't know. I kind of just don't want to sit here for like half an hour shitting on is like, well, it's boring. So, because it is. But so I don't know that I just want to like sit here and say it's boring over and over again. But, you know.
Yeah, there's kind of just not a lot to say because I'm not
boring.
thrilled. Yeah. But it's like it's like just entertaining enough that I'm not like, ah, fuck this, I'm done.
Yeah.
And it's like a little, and there was like the intrigue at the end of the episode. So I'm not like fucking like, oh, I'm fucking done with this shit. But I'm like, I'm not into it either.
I mean,
which is a fucking shame because like as a comic book character, I'm like basically always into Kamala in literally everything I see her in. So
I think we'd be remiss to say like the reason why the whole time travel thing even happens is because the bangle's gone. It shattered or whatever. And like all that power and energy kind of encapsulated that area, I guess. And when she wakes up, she's back in, what was it, like 47 or something? 1947 or something like that. Mm-hmm. Partition. Like the thing that they've been talking about.
The last night to get on the train.
Yeah.
The whole thing.
That's where she ends up, and the bangle is gone now. So there's a lot of strings here that are kind of coalescing together that are keeping me interested. First of all, I want to see what the hell's going on with the time mechanic. Second, I really like how they're doing the whole like British colonization, partition, India, Pakistan sort of thing. Like I just kind of enjoy that real life tragedy, if you will, being portrayed here, and like how it has an effect on this story and these people. Third, I like these people and their stories, and we're obviously gonna like probably get some of her young grandmother or like some of that stuff in there. And fourth, maybe finally, with the fucking bangle gone, maybe she'll get her actual powers. Like there's a lot of things here happening that, okay, like I need to see where you go with this now. And it's kind of, I don't know, almost like I'm motivated by anger to keep watching now. Like at first I was like, I'm excited for this thing because this character is neat. And if they do this right, it could be real cool, it both visually and story wise and blah, blah, blah. And now it's like, okay, I need you to not fuck up. Don't fuck it up. Don't fuck it up. That's where I'm at now.
I don't know. I'm not fucking holding my breath on her powers being any. Yeah. I'm doing her actual powers.
I have a little bit of hope.
I don't.
Is this the worst MCU show overall? Let's not count like the Jessica Jones and Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I'm talking about in like the new wave. I think this is still
better than Falcon and Winter Soldier.
I mean, I think I'm more interested in it, but that definitely is more important in the overall thing of stuff happening in the MCU.
Sure, as in like the MCU new Captain stuff. America. I think the MCU stuff in that was better, but Kamala is just a much more enjoyable, engaging character to like hang out with or whatever, and like actually care about her family stuff. Like that part of the show is still like, you know, as far as being a TV show about characters, that's fine. It's just the part where it's a comic book show is like incredibly boring.
Yeah. Do you think it would be better with a better like set of villains? Is that the problem here?
That's my problem.
Yeah, it's kind of a big part of it.
It's not even the villains, it's also the way they do the Red Dagger stuff in this episode. It's like so perfunctory and forced, and there's like nothing to it. It's just like we're doing the thing, but it doesn't have any of like the, I don't know, like it just doesn't feel like the creators cared about it at all in the way that they cared about like the fucking like the groups of people at like for the election. Like the show just cared so much more about the Pakistani community in New Jersey in like a in a deep way that it doesn't give a shit about the MCU stuff.
Yeah.
And
I'm with it. I care more about the Pakistani like relation stuff. I care more about her family, the grandmother right now. Yeah.
I wish, the plot of the show could have stayed with that stuff instead then. Like find a way to make that part of the story instead of like the thing we get to spend time on before we have to like shove it to the side to do something boring that you don't care about. I don't know.
If the answer that they came up with was, okay, we're taking out that stuff, the family Pakistani stuff more, like that's taking a backseat, so that's kind of shitty now, but the MCU stuff is like much better, would you take that trade? If that could be done.
If that could be done, yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. I'm kind of at a point with the MCU stuff where I kind of don't fucking care about the comic book Marvel stuff. I kind of care about like the ancillary things. Like in this, I care about her family and the Pakistani roots. In the new Doctor Strange, I care about Sam Raimi doing a horror thing. Like I don't care about any of that stuff, but when they do it wrong, it still feels like a gut punch. Like her fucking powers are terrible. I'm gonna just harp on it forever. They're fucking awful, and I don't like that stuff at all. So that is an easy fix. They could just get that right at the end of episode 6, and I'll be back on board for the movie. Like that's an easy fix. But I think if you lose the Pakistani stuff in this, I think I'm completely checked out.
Oh, 100%. But I don't know if like this show had like Lockjaw and Wolverine and it was just fun. I don't know. I would be pretty in.
If this show was better, it would be
like
better.
I'm like literally just, referencing stuff that's in the like first volume of the comic.
Sure.
Like that's the other half. Like in the comic, it's the Pakistani family stuff. And then like Kamal has to deal with this big dog. She has to bring this big dog home to her family and say, can we keep it? And they're like, fucking no.
I mean, fuck, they did the dog in Hawkeye. Like, why not?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no reason why they couldn't do something fun. Okay, let's end off on a prediction. Not prediction, like, what do we think will happen necessarily, but what would you like to see happen in episode 5 and 6, like, to wrap this up? What is a thing, like, if they show Wolverine at the end of 6, are you like, holy shit? Is that enough? Okay.
No, just showing Wolverine, I don't give a shit.
What if he says bub?
Okay, then I'm back in.
Yeah, of course. He said the thing.
No, I mean, I want her to get her real powers. That's the thing I want more than anything. I don't know.
Let's say she does. Episode 6, probably, right? Like, she probably does the whole next episode without them, or she's learning. Like, the next episode probably ends with her turning into, like, a giant or something.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, I kind of think the same. I think this is all just kind of blue balling for the Marvels or whatever the fuck that movie's called that's coming out.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. It would be nice if she, like, wore her trademark outfit, or, like, even the new updated version, just something. That would be kind of cool at some point in this. We gotten close. Her mask, though, is, like, really not great at hiding an identity, whereas Red Dagger at least hides his face.
Funny. It's so funny how, like, that mask is just like, yeah, it's definitely, like, nobody would not know it's her.
Yeah, it's so weird. Like, yeah.
She's just out here in the same, like, hoodie and jeans that she was wearing before, but she's got this little mask on that doesn't hide anything.
I kind of get it, though. She's in a whole different country. Well, they don't know her anyway, so whatever.
Yeah.
All right. Do you still have hope? Like, legitimately, are you still like...
I don't.
Yeah, okay. I maybe I'm going to come back next week and I'll be probably screaming obscenities because I'm going to hold it. I'm going to hold the hope that they're going to do a thing that I'm going to be like, see, it was worth it. I have no hope.
I have no hope, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I still like, this actress playing Kamala. She's still good.
Oh, she's so good.
So
there's less of the like kind of trademark style of stuff going on too, like the drawn backgrounds and like that energy is kind of gone from this episode, which also made it boring in a lot of ways. I don't know. This one felt phoned in, I think. This definitely felt like a middle, we're building up to a thing, so give us a moment. Oh, that moment was the whole episode. Oops. I don't know.
Well, I think the thing in this episode is, being in Pakistan.
And Red Dagger just showing up and telling her exactly why this is a bad thing that's happening.
Yeah, people getting knives thrown at them.
And people dying. Yep. That's true.
Get knifed.
Bub. Knife to meet you.
Hell yeah.
Okay. I don't have anything else to add, so I'll give you the final word and then we're out.
Yeah, I got nothing. Peace.
Perfect. Peace.